Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and in this video I want to show y'all how to make your very own little earrings made with head pins, bead caps, and wrapped loops. Like those are the kind of foundation tools and techniques that we're going to talk about. But let me get the camera flipped around and we'll get started. So here you can see some of the different tools and materials that we'll be using for this project. I have my round nose, bent nose, and flat nose pliers, as well as some wire snips like flush cutters. And then I always keep my nylon jaw pliers close at hand just because you never know when you'll need them. I have an assortment of pretty beads that I like, and then I also have bead caps, which are super cool. They are probably my favorite thing to invest in because they can take something that's just a simple gemstone bead or polymer clay bead and really kind of fancy it up a little bit. They give you so many different options for mixing and matching and stuff like that. We also have some head pins, which these are very basic head pins. You can see the tip of it looks like a nail head because it's flat. And what that does is it keeps your beads from sliding off the end. And that way you could do cute little dangles or earrings or, whatever you want. But that way it gives you a very nice, flat, smooth look. There are also head pins that look like this. They have like a little decorative thing on the end. This same look can be achieved with a flat head pin and a bead. Or you could just get them that like this, but they have them in all sorts of different, like here's one that has a little loop so that you could attach another bead or a charm or something to it. But these would be called decorative head pins, and just a good quick Googling or search on Amazon can help you find what you're looking for. Now here we have one that's called a ball pin. And it is like a head pin, except for that the tip of it is a ball. Typically whenever I'm buying head pins, I look for something in the 22 to 20 gauge wire. 20 is actually probably my favorite. Sometimes I'll use a 24 if it's like a very small bead that has a difficult hole to work with. And I usually get them anywhere from 1.5 to 3 inches. 2 inches is my favorite. But I'm going to hold this one here with my bent nose pliers and then use my nylon jaw pliers to straighten out the stem, because sometimes these longer ones, these longer head pins can really get warped and kind of funky, like bent up during transport. And then I also, for the sake of this tutorial, since I'm making earrings, have surgical steel ear wires, but I tailor that to whatever project you're doing. So what we'll do here is we're just going to pick a bead. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit for you. Excuse me. We just take one of our beads and thread it onto our head pin. Really love these beads, they're so pretty. And then I'm going to slide our bead cap on. Boop, just like that. Super easy. And I'm going to come in with my flat nose pliers. And I'm just going to give myself a couple of millimeters, 2 or 3, from where the bead cap is to where I'm going to do the bend, and then being very firm with the wire, I'm going to do a little 90-degree bend. And then I'm going to insert my round nose pliers and try to get it as flat up to the bend as I can, just like that. Then I'm going to use my finger and push this around. Now you can see this was only 1.5 inch head pin. I really would have preferred a 2-inch because then I only have that little bit of tail to work with. But then what we're going to do is grip it. You can see I'm still holding it in my pliers. You don't want to have a death grip on it because that can really pinch your metal. And I'm going to take it with my bent nose. You could use your fingers, but I prefer to use my pliers because whenever you're making bunches and bunches of earrings, your pliers don't get calluses and blisters, whereas your fingers can totally get torn up by the wire. And I just accidentally kicked my power strip and turned my light off, so let me fumble with my feet and try to turn that back. There it goes. Okay, and the lights are back on. Sorry, I was sitting here and I've got like fidgety feet, but I'm just taking it and wrapping it around. I was about to say, oh, I'll just fix that in editing, and I'm like, who am I kidding? I don't edit my videos. And I'm just kind of twisting it around like a little coil, if that makes sense. And this has a little bit more room to wiggle than what I would have liked, and this has quite a large hole on the bead cap, so this is actually able to slide in like that, which, you know, you may like or you may not like. I personally don't like it. If you have something like that happening, you can do like how I did on these earrings and put just another small bead up there at the top, or use a thinner wire. You can see this one is a 22 gauge and this one is a 20 gauge. And I very much prefer the thicker wire, because then you just don't have to worry about that that problem coming up. But this is how to do a wrapped loop bead earring. And the possibilities that you can do with these are endless. I'll put a link up on the screen to my other super beginner friendly tutorial showing just how to do a double-ended bead link, like one where there's a loop on either end. Because just from an earring perspective, you could have this be the bottom dangle, and then put another bead in there and then attach it to the ear hook. You could use a very long, this is a 3-inch head pin, old decorative pin. But you could do, I mean, a nice long earring. Just your own creativity and styles and tastes are the only limit here. And really, I always highly encourage folks, try something that you might not normally try. It'll give you a really good perspective into different techniques, and you might discover something new about your style or about yourself as an artisan. Hey everybody, thanks so much for hanging out with me during this tutorial. I hope that it was helpful to you. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas, please leave them down in the comment area below. Down in the video description, also below the video, is links to, or are links to my social media. So my Instagram and my Facebook, where you can tag me and stuff. You can post things on my wall, and that way I can see what y'all make. And then also, if you enjoy my free tutorials, and you would like to support, like go above and beyond supporting by liking and sharing and subscribing and stuff, you can consider becoming a patron. Pledges start at just $1. We do all sorts of different giveaways and monthly craft crates, like Loot Crate kind of, but crafty, as well as digital download content. So like a lot of the patterns that I use in my costuming and leatherworking, you can download those to use however you like. And yeah, just all sorts of stuff. I also do some patron exclusive stuff that you don't even have to be a pledger. Just have a Patreon account and just be following me, and you can get behind the scenes pictures that I don't post anywhere else on the internet. So thanks again, you guys, for hanging out with me. I'm going to go ahead and put these in so that we can see how they look. But yeah, this is such a foundation technique. I really hesitate to call it beginner, because I've been creating jewelry and costumes professionally for 10 years now, and I use this technique in almost everything. But it's perfect for, I can't find my ear hole. It's perfect for your first project, you know, your 5th project. I might have to re-pierce this ear. Where are you, ear hole? Oh, there it is. Oh, no, yep, okay. Sorry. But yeah, just some cute little earrings. They're a lot of fun. So I'm really excited to see what you guys make from this, because again, like I had mentioned earlier, you can take this foundation technique and go wherever you want with it. So thanks so much, you guys. Keep being awesome and happy crafting. Bye.